You ready?
We're going to dive in today about Versace's weight loss journey, losing over 100 pounds.
Yeah, I just think it's a great example of, we've been preaching on this, and I feel I could say the word preaching because like I really genuinely feel it. Um, you know, when there's a huge opportunity here. We've been saying it about like just working on something that you need to work on, and he was doing it way before the quarantine. You started how long ago? You got talking to the mic, Stevie.
I want to say I did it probably like right before we went on tour. So that was
Right.
a year ago.
Over a year ago.
Over a year ago. And that's kind of when I started.
How much did you weigh then?
It was like, well, prior to tour, when I was at tour, I was like 290, maybe 300.
But you already lost.
No, but
And I had already lost a little bit. Yeah. But then like,
What was your highest weight? You were
350. I was at 350.
Yeah, so you lost a lot.
That was at like my highest. But then I gained a little bit, and then once I started like really, really working out, that's when I started going down from there.
Yeah.
So
just watching him do it, that was way before quarantine. And again, just stressing that this is an opportunity because I'm doing it too, man. Like I'm just starting. It was a big part of my inspiration was just thinking about Versace, how long of a stretch it was of diligence that you had to have.
yeah, and when I started it, I wasn't like, all right, I want to like do this in like 2 months. I knew it was gonna take for like forever because I've done like every diet you can think of, everything from like juicing to whatever. But it's not sustainable.
Just to clarify, you were drinking juice and not taking steroids?
Yeah, no, not actual steroids, just like the juicing cleansing
I
diet.
wouldn't mind some steroids.
So I did that. I did
Steroids
that
are
for
tight.
like 40 days,
Steroids
and yeah, I
is cool.
lost a lot of weight. But it's not sustainable. You can't go like through life as a human like doing just juicing. So you got to kind of find what you think you can do the rest of your life, and that's what I found.
Yeah, the intermittent fasting is
Yeah,
when
and
you
that's-
unlock, right?
Yeah, and that's what I've been doing. When it got harder, I started doing other stuff, but it's just what helps me. And like every diet's different from everyone. And what I'm doing now is like something that's helping me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily gonna help Blue or you
No, it helps me.
No, it helps
or
me.
John
I
or
do.
other people, but
Helps me.
it's just what
I'm
helps
loosely.
me.
We're all loosely. I'm close,
Yeah.
pretty close to intermittent
Yeah.
fasting. Kilmer's kind of on his own agenda.
Yeah, I'll never do that. Can you,
Kilmer's
can you,
eating meatballs and chicken tenders over here. Doesn't get it.
Guido, absorb the Guido.
Drinking 17.
Yeah, John has
fucking-
the worst guy in the game.
Dago, can you just walk us? I mean, people know what intermittent fasting is, but can you
Yeah.
just walk us through the day and what hours you do what?
Yeah, well, when I started, so I was like 350. That's like it was my heaviest.
Yep.
So I started doing intermittent fasting, and then I dropped like 50 pounds on that.
Just to be clear, I want to slow you down. This dude used to eat, a few chocolate candy bars a day.
Yeah.
How many sodas a day?
Sodas, I would do like a 2 liter in the morning.
So
Just,
that's over 1,000 calories right there.
yeah, and then for food, I would eat whatever I wanted. Like if you guys would be like, "Yo, we need some Taco Bell," like I'm down for Taco Bell. But then during like the meantime, I would make myself a sandwich or like go to the corner store and get
Dude.
like whatever I wanted. I had it.
It's very gluttonous.
I used
very
to go.
gluttonous.
I used to go to the Village Mart, and he'd be like, "Surprise me,"
Yeah.
and with
I'll
the
eat
candy
anything
bar.
you bring back.
So I kind of fed into it. I didn't want to do it. But
Yeah.
You like
So
But-
walk us through your day.
So intermittent fasting is basically it's a window of eating, and you can choose anywhere from 8 hours, 6 hours, or 4 hours. And then those hours of the day that you choose is when your eating schedule is. It doesn't have to be like.
So meaning, if you do 4-hour window, you can only eat. You pick a time for a 4-hour window, and you can only consume during
Yeah,
that time.
and you can do any hours of the day. It doesn't have to be a certain time period. It's whatever is more convenient for you. So for me, the most convenient was 8 p.m. to midnight because that's when I was like eating the worst snacks. And usually at night, you're like is when you're really looking in like the pantry and you're like, I want something super like sugary or something before you go to bed. So I was like, well, maybe this should be my eating schedule so that I
Yeah.
can eat whatever I want in that period, and then I feel full and I don't want anything else. So for the first like 50 pounds, that's what I did. I did the 4-hour window, which is like the hardest. In the beginning, it was hard. It was hard as shit. I was like hungry.
More a mental,
Yeah.
a mental
Yeah.
strength
You were eating whatever during those 4 hours at
Yeah,
first,
in those
right?
4 hours,
In the beginning.
for the first 50 pounds, I was eating whatever. I was just snacking, eating sugar. I was still eating chocolates, anything I wanted. But it was in those 4 hour, those 4 hours.
And you still lost 50 pounds.
Still lost 50 pounds. But once I lost the 50 pounds of just like all the fat stuff,
Slowed down.
it slowed down a lot. I couldn't lose weight at all. So that's when I started like really working out a lot and like watching kind of what I was eating a little bit, but I was still eating sugar, but I was still kind of watching what I was eating. And then once I got to like probably like 260, that's when like I really had to like
What are you
really,
now?
really, really dial in. Right now I'm at like 240, 244 to 45.
So you've lost over 100 pounds in the last 18 months.
Yeah.
You ready?